So welcome everyone. This is day 28 of the 30 days of chair yoga, seated to standing. And today is going to be fully seated. This is a break day where we would do breathing or meditation, and today is meditation. So today we're going to talk about how to start a meditation practice. If you'd like to start meditating at home, or if some totally awesome doctor told you that it's good for you or something, and you like to start practicing at home for health reasons, whatever it is, okay? In my experience, meditation practice, regular meditation practice, whatever that means, doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes, whatever, you just start from where you are. And a regular practice though, much more important, regularity, consistency. This, if you have that in your life, the benefits are endless. It's like a bottomless pit that just keeps getting more and more interesting, more and more expansive, more and more deep. It's like entering a world inside that we didn't know that was there, and is just like a whole universe in itself. Okay, so maybe that description interests you in starting practice. So the way I recommend beginning practicing, of course, you can go with any practice that you feel interested in. If you feel interested in chanting Om or something like that, mantra, repeating a mantra, okay? Either way, whatever appeals to you, go by what you feel drawn to, right? Listen to your heart. And whatever you feel drawn to, experiment with that. See what feels right for you. It does evolve over time, so you kind of eventually, after practicing for a long time, will come up with your own way of doing it, right? Things that work for you, you'll accumulate your own toolbox of methods, right? Because eventually there's no method, right? There's just meditation. But to get there, to help you get there, and to begin, just go with what appeals to you and experiment. Try a few different things that you feel interested in, but really give them a fair trial. Every day for, if you can do 20 minutes, that's awesome. If you can't, that's okay. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, but every single day, find the time. If you can do same time, that's also great. But if you can't, that's okay. Don't be crazy about it where it starts to disturb your mind. So today we're going to start with a breathing meditation. The simplest form of meditation that I like to share with people, one of my favorites that really resonates with me, and because it's very simple and it just deals with what's here now. So you don't need any equipment, you don't need to remember anything really, just very simple. It's just observing choicelessly what is here now. Remember that when you first start this, if your mind is not calm or you're not used to practicing these things, your mind may be very busy and you may not get a lot of time focusing. So it might not feel very relaxing at first, which is okay. That will slow down as you do it. As you start to give less attention to the mind, as you start to see that the mind is just going, it's not important. As you start to see that, then you give less attention to the thoughts that are moving, and it actually slows down the less attention, the less energy you give it. So then you'll get some periods of quiet where there's no thought, which is beautiful and very peaceful experience. And these things will happen on their own. But again, don't look for anything. Don't look for anything because it will bring an irritation if it's not there, and it will have this anticipation of it. And then when it comes, you'll get distracted and be like, oh, this is it, and then it goes away. Okay, so don't worry about what you're experiencing. That's not the most important thing. The most important thing is your awareness, your choiceless awareness. So we're going to begin by observing the breath. And come to a seated position, hands on your knees, and let's get started. So let your eyes softly close. And just begin by relaxing your body, your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyelids, your cheeks, your jaw muscles, your neck and shoulders. Try to feel like all the weight sinks down into your seat, letting your body breathe naturally. There's no breath control in this practice. Try to feel like your eyes soften back into your head, right? Letting go of looking out, and just be aware of the blank space on the backs of your eyelids. Softening your eyes, not looking at anything in particular. Breathing through your nose. Get in touch with your natural, normal breath. So letting your body breathe, letting go of all control of your breath, just allowing it to happen on its own, naturally. And then be aware of the sensation of the air moving through your nose. That soft touch of the breath on your upper lip just below your nostrils as you breathe in and out. And then try to lock your attention on that sensation of the air moving out of your nose, touching your lip, the space above your upper lip. Try to lock your attention there and focus all your attention there, like a laser. Without effort, don't tense the brain, relax. If thoughts come in, don't push anything away, just come to this sensation of the air, the touch of the breath. And try to keep continuous, unbroken attention on that breath, that sensation. Prioritize the touch of the breath. There's no right or wrong, doesn't matter if the breath is fast or slow, long or short, let it be natural. And if the mind wanders, if your attention comes to your thoughts or to something else, just come back to the sensation and keep doing that continuously. Every time the mind wanders, don't judge yourself, don't criticize yourself. It's not bad that the mind wanders. This is a natural part of the practice. It will get less and less as you do it more and more. Just come back patiently, not trying to keep track of your progress. Just come back patiently, feel the sensation. Now, if you can do this without any other aid, any other counting or anything, that's great. Try to do it that way. I think that's much better to do it that way if you can. If you feel like you need some other point of focus, something to help you focus, then you can begin counting your breaths. One inhale and one exhale as one. Counting as high as you can. If you lose track, if thought comes in, come back to one and begin again. The only thing about using the counting is to make sure that you're focusing on the touch of the breath, the sensation of the breath above your upper lip on the skin, rather than on the counting. If you find that you're focusing just on the counting and not being aware of the sensation, then drop the counting, come back to the sensation. But counting as high as you can help you to keep continuous attention. When you feel like you don't need the counting anymore, come back to just the sensation. And the point is to keep continuous, unbroken attention on the sensation. That's the whole point. And just see what happens. Just observe, be curious, find out on your own. Don't anticipate anything. I'm going to be quiet now. We'll practice together for a while. Just continue, keep coming back to the sensation. Use the counting if you need it, but come back to sensation. Try not to think about the practice, just do it. Just feel. Let go of the counting if you're using it. And just be aware of the breath again. Be aware of how your mind feels, how your body feels. When you feel ready, begin to make small movements with your hands, deepening your breath a bit. Your neck, if you like, just waking your body up. When you feel ready, opening your eyes. So, I'd love to know what your experience was, if you'd like to make a comment, or, because there could be a few things. It could be very frustrating. Maybe your mind wouldn't quiet the whole time and it was irritating, or maybe you felt very bored by just watching one thing. There's so many possible things that come up. This is another thing we're watching, the emotions that come up while we're observing. Right? This is the deeper level. So we first just on the breath at first, then emotion, sensation, and deeper things that start moving in the body. Again, choiceless awareness, the most important thing. The reacting to it is part of the problem and what causes the suffering, or which just causes the pain, the mental pain. So aversion to it, or craving, right? Wanting to feel good sensations, not wanting to feel bad sensations, not wanting to have certain thoughts but feeling like you can't control them, trying to push the thoughts you don't want away, trying to get more of the good thoughts, the good feelings. All of this stuff is what we're watching. So it's choiceless awareness because there's no preference, right, for which ones we feel, for which sensations we feel, for which emotions come up, for which thoughts come in. Okay? Just observing everything as it is. And this is the practice. This is the main part of the practice, is choiceless observation, right? And watching the tendency of the mind to want to always feel good things and to not feel these things. Well, good meaning the things it likes. Wants to always feel the things it likes and doesn't want to feel the things it doesn't like. It doesn't want to experience those things. So it's taking things as they are and just getting out of the way a little bit, right? And then it just goes deeper from there. So there's so much more to observe. But just remember, if there's a lot of irritation, if there's boredom, if there's these kind of things, a lot of awareness of bodily pain or sensation, this is totally normal and the beginning of the practice. So don't worry about it. There's much deeper to go from this. But just start like this. It's a wonderful way to start practicing. 5-10 minutes a day, just observing the breath. If you get to a calm, relaxed state, then you'll probably want to extend that time naturally. If you practice this for about a month and you find that this type of meditation doesn't suit you, try something else. Try a different method. Maybe chanting mantra might suit you better, same mantra over and over again. Or something like that. There's so many different types, so many different methods, but essentially they all take us to the same place eventually, where we let go of the tool, let go of the method, this part that you start with, and you just come to meditation. Okay? And this will happen on its own in its own time. There's no goal. It doesn't matter when you get there or if you get there. Okay? So if you have any questions, let me know and I'll get back to you. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 29. Okay? So thanks for sticking with me so far, and take care.